This is MOGUL, Modern Outlook Going Upper Levels, spotlighting our community and our youth. Be on the show. Connect with us at 419-245-4979. That's 419-245-4979. Or email londondoors@gmail.com. If you'd like to get that project called Solo to help support us, all you have to do is Cash App us again at IWASH80. That's IWASH80. And when you Cash App us, also leave your email so we can send you the project. Sonny's Hamburgers, located at 20001 Schoolcraft in Detroit. Food truck now open.
Hi, we are here, everyone. MOGUL TV, and we got our host here, and I, Josiah Hunter. How are you, Josiah?
I'm good. Glad to be here.
And I'm glad you're here too. And of course, we're glad to have Josiah with us, a young man out here, entrepreneurship and mentor out here, a good example for our people today and of all ages. And we're glad that we have him as a part of us. And of course, London. We are here on whatever venue you might be looking at right now. We have more than one place to be, but we thank God for the opportunity. We're going to talk about, and we're talking about two different generations here, but we're all in the same world right now. And even at my age, though, it may be a little exceptional because I've been blessed to have the opportunity to be in the media business, production from way back till now, and able to be able to integrate what I've learned all these years up until the digital area, the virtual area, and it's awesome plethora of information. So it puts me in a good spot to be able to talk to people like this young gentleman, who also is in the era now. We're all operating this era now, but there's some things that I was born, and that I might have known about. He wasn't here yet. Now he's here, but we still can bridge the gap, collaborate, and just bring some light on something. I like to get your take on some of these things. So I want to bring up about the devastation of Black Wall Street. That is the Tulsa, Oklahoma, 1921. A wave of racial violence destroys an affluent African American community which was seen as a threat to the white-dominated American capitalism. So I'm going to read this briefly, then I'm going to, Josiah and I are going to talk about it. In 1921, Tulsa, Oklahoma's Greenwood district, known as Black Wall Street, was one of the most prosperous African American communities in the United States. But on May 31st of that year, the Tulsa Tribune reported that a Black man, Dick Rowland, attempted to rape a white woman. Oh, now I'm reading some things I didn't know I was going to be reading. Sarah Page. Okay, we take it that wasn't true. Okay. Whites in the area refused to wait for the investigation process to play out, sparking 2 days of unprecedented racial violence. 35 city blocks went up in flames. 300 people died and 800 were injured. Defense of a white female virtue was the express motivation for the collective racial violence. Accounts vary on what happened between Page and Rowland in the elevator of the Drexel building, yet as a result of the Tulsa Tribune's racially inflammatory report, Black and white armed mobs arrived at the courthouse. Scuffles broke out and shots were fired. Since the Blacks were outnumbered, they headed back to Greenwood, but the enraged whites were not far behind, looting and burning businesses and homes along the way. Now I want to get down a little further into this, because as we know, Josiah, in over the years, we hear all the way back from slavery time to this present time, and then you bring that Karen up. Sorry, the word Karen comes up, and people feel they're entitled. They feel because of the color of their skin, they're white. They see a Black African American person, they can just say something, and the police will come and arrest them or kill them, whatever, just because, And other incidents where Black people were falsely accused and were lynched and killed. Then, so give me some information, or tell me your take on this information that you're hearing about the devastation of Black Wall Street. Now, when I was reading it, I didn't know I was gonna read that part about that's why it started. That it's the accusation. Nobody said he did it. So tell me, Josiah, what do you think about this?
I would say it's crazy because it's crazy information, but very helpful at the same time, because I wasn't even taught about, what happened in Oklahoma when I was in school, which is sad. Every history lesson was more on, touched on slavery, but it was more Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, and then moving fast forward to Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King. Those were like the figures, which they didn't really get into it of what have happened. And so I feel kind of bad that now the children that's in school now, they are not getting taught about these things. And so I believe that it's our job to tell the next generation about Black Wall Street, that because some people, they think because of what's happening now, where you have less African Americans in the work field. Well, I'm sorry, let me correct myself. You have more African Americans that's going to work and getting this money, right? And they're promoting the first Black this, the first Black that. It's simply because of what happened years ago where you wasn't allowed. So when people say, well, just because you're the first Black this, that doesn't mean it means a whole lot, because of what was taken from us as individuals, because everyone in that was, got their business taken away from them, got killed and murdered during that time, individually, their families suffered. And once you look at the article again, it talks about how the poverty level went up after that happened. And so it is a individual thing, but it came together as a collective. That's why you have the Black Wall Street is so historical, because of everyone individually thought of their neighbor and came together. So my take, should be taught this information and learn, because I first found out about it through my sister when she was in business school. And she's 30, and she basically broke it down to me of what happened. And I was confused at that time because I'm in high school, and I'm like, why are they not teaching me this at school?
Right.
Why I'm not learning this in middle school or anything? Why I'm just finding about it? Because I really didn't believe her until I basically started to come out more and more about what happened. And recently I seen the news of the people that survived the massacre, right? And they talked about waking up to bloody this, bloody, and hearing bombs and gunshots and stuff. Others witnessed their members being killed and shot in front of them, and it's a sad thing, sad situation to happen, and people still have a mentality that you don't deserve this, black people don't deserve that. No, we deserve plus more. Like all that went on, we supposed to be wealthy. And I told this to a co-worker one time, is that a lot of Caucasian people, they wouldn't be wealthy if it wasn't for slavery. A lot of people wouldn't be wealthy at all. It's only a few people that actually earned it on their own instead of taking it from others, and they inherit that from their great granddad. But it's good to see when you stated about the commander that was for the Confederate in Virginia, how he's the lineage of him, decided to take that statue down because it didn't really, the Confederate side of things, it doesn't mean that much. It just encouraged more racist things to keep being encouraged and stuff. So I'm glad that they understood that, hey, you guys really suffered a lot. And finally, we came to the decision to take it down. Finally, right?
What it represents, yes.
Exactly. And so that's just my piece of.
That was pretty spot on. And then I like hearing from you because you said you didn't believe. What was the part you said when you heard about it at the beginning? You didn't believe it. What part did you not believe?
Black Wall Street.
Because of what we're taught, that we never had anything. Is that why?
Well,
because it's not taught that we have had these things.
Right. So, like I said, in school, they wasn't teaching and showing so many Black entrepreneurs. So
exactly.
I never knew of no type of black entrepreneur. I only heard of inventors, which you have Elijah McCoy. I did a project on him. You have Benjamin, I'm sorry, that's his name, but Carpenter. I only heard of that Black people invent things. They don't own nothing. And so me finally realizing that Black people can own things, I was like, wow. Because even though they said Black people can invent things, they didn't talk about the ownership of stuff. So it was usually the slave master, or what we call the white man owning it. The man that they say in all the other Black comedies.
Wow.
Man was on it. So I never knew that Black people can own things until I was educated on it. And that's where it was just messing up my mind, because I only heard of people that invented stuff. That's it.
You know, Josiah, this is so good for me because just like you, how old are you now? 20?
21.
21. Okay, you are a very young man. For you to say that you didn't know this at this age. Now, I've dealt with a lot of people. I've been doing projects and things like this for a really long time. And I would say at least a good 10 years ago, we had an event at the office where we were videotaping. And the young lady was then probably maybe late 20s, maybe not. And she said, but Black people don't. And that's the mindset that the world wants us to have. They don't have. Black people don't never do. I mean, she just sat there and told me that. And I said, well, I have to straighten that out. Right. I said, wow. And so then I started naming people that African American people that have been doing business. I said, black people have been doing business since slavery.
Right.
We had our own farmland. That's how things began to grow. When we began to get our own farmland crops, we did their crops and cotton forever. So when many of us were able to get our own farmland, grow our own food, we started trading and selling. And we grew and we grew and we grew. So we've been we are the people we have done better than survive. Okay, we started off surviving, we do better than survive. Because that was what the problem was with, in my eyes, when people are used to seeing you being de-slaved and having everything taken, the things were taken from us. They were taken from us. If we were so ignorant and unable, why were we the ones that were used to do all the work? And you just stated, we did the work. We built this, we built that, we picked the cotton, we grew the food, we built Michigan, we built the streets, we built a lot of areas around here. First and foremost, we did the work and we built it. So, and for you to say now the children in school don't even get this information at all, you know, and Josiah, you're not that far from coming out of high school.
I'm not.
And you didn't get it. That blows my mind.
Yeah, that
blows my mind because, and so this is just real evidence of someone 21 years old. And actually, when your sister told you, when you start finding things out, how old were you? Start finding things out for yourself. How old were you when you got the information?
So when I discovered entrepreneurship, I was 16. Since I grew up in the church, and my dad used to be traveling a lot. So one of the deacons in the church, he had his own electrical business, and him and his wife was doing real estate together. So he was literally my first mentor, right? And so he showed me how to, clean gutters, fix the patio, a bunch of manly work, right? Cut grass and stuff, go and clean up the house, going to different houses that he owned, and, he fixed it up and stuff. So
you learn about ownership.
Yeah. So he was teaching me, different small pieces of it. And I was like, oh, okay. So, because I was like, you actually own a business? He was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, Joe. He educated me on a lot of
right?
things. Yeah. So I would say 16, that's when I started to learn more and more. And then when I learned about Black Wall Street was 18.
Okay.
So it was like a lot of history of different inventors that actually owned a shop before it was taken from them. They owned
exactly
the houses and stuff before it was taken from them. And recently I learned about the story of two Black entrepreneurs that brought a bank in the South. And it was ridiculous because people, actually it was in Las Vegas, and people was mad, like every white person was mad at them, business-wise. And what they did was they used a friend of theirs that was white to do the deal for them. They taught him how to do real estate, how to calculate the numbers and stuff, and they got the building and stuff, and it was like crazy. They met the vice president stuff, but I never knew about that story. Like I said, it was never shown to me and taught. I only knew about the inventors. I only knew about the people that did great things of going against the slave masters, Nate Turner, like people like that actually rebelled and stuff. So right. I was getting more of the rebellious Black people, and it was kind of, I would say it was kind of washed down, a lot of watered down type of information that you have to find out for yourself.
See, this is the point of us talking like this, because from what I've seen and heard, from what you've seen and heard, and the same thing is going from generation to generation, they're trying to hide the information from us, because if you hear about it, then now you're inspired to go out there and be another African American, go out and get your business, be another African American entrepreneur, to spread the word, encourage others. So even in the midst of all of the distraction and the destruction, and that we've all have been able to do business. I wanted to bring up this because then I'm gonna go back to the bring up what happened here in Detroit. Madam C.J. Walker, which I know you probably heard of that, seen that movie.
Yeah.
I heard about this years ago. A lady gave me a book, said, "Girl, I gotta tell you about this." No, she had a book about Madam C.J. Walker. Wow, and it says so December 1867, and she died in May 25, 1919. So she was able to come into the 1900s. Was an African American entrepreneur, philanthropist, and political and social activist. She was recorded as the first female self-made millionaire in America, and the Guinness Book of World Records. Now, this woman was so rich, they began to leave African American out. That's how wealthy she is. She was one of the most wealthiest people, not just women, people, because what she made off of her business. So, look what time and look where that was. How many years? Neither one of us was born. Some of our parents might not have been born at that time. It just shows you. Let me see. As of the 2021 edition, is now in the 66th year of publication. Okay, her book has been published for 66 years in 100 countries and 23 languages, and maintains over 53,000 records in its database. International franchise. Oh, they're talking about the book of Guinness. Well, anyway, just to name her name, I wanted to bring her up because I'm just trying to see what else they say about her. Okay, Walker made her fortune by developing and marketing a line of cosmetics and hair care products for Black women through the business she founded. Madam C.J. Walker Manufacturing Company. She became known also for her philanthropy and activism. She made financial donations to numerous organizations and became a patron of the arts. Villa Lawero. We got to check that out. Walker's lavish estate in Irvington, New York, served a social gathering place for the African American community. And at the time of her death, she was considered the wealthiest African American businesswoman and the wealthiest self-made Black woman in America. Now, I was reading further, and it said she was one of the wealthiest people, and they didn't say African American. She became wealthier than a whole lot of other folk too.
Right.
After her, I'm trying to see what else. Yep. So it just goes to show you that how long ago was that? But you don't hear a lot about it in schools. They should teach that in all schools where everybody goes, all race of people, so that you know. But you see, you're still finding out. But it shouldn't be like you said, it watered down. And I want to get to Black Bottom. We'll get to the Black Bottom. And I wish I could, but like me, that it's been a long time ago. I met a guy, was trying to get the word out, and about what happened in Black Bottom, and things that still go on. And I was trying to put in here the Black businesses in the Black Bottom, in Black Bottom, Black African American businesses. I had some information, but I don't feel it was enough. And I'll keep talking, because from what I heard and what I've seen, I got pictures. They had restaurants, beauty salons, haberdasheries, what they make, clothes, suit shops. They had beauty shops. They had entertainment, high class entertainment, theaters, the whole strip.
Yeah.
And what's said is, and this is what we have to fight against, because it was all African American doing trade, Black Bottom, Hastings.
Right.
That what the government decided to do, we know how to shut this down. We're going to run I-75 through here and tear it all down.
Wow.
And that's what they did. They ran I-75 through there and ran all the Black businesses, tore them all up, tore them down. So when you see I-75 running across Hastings and all that, that's what the deal was. And we know that that just not was a coincidence. Because you see, it was a black town. They called it a little black town where we go and we did upscale. It wasn't no junk. Okay, we didn't black folks. I'm saying it was no junk over there. Everything was upscale, high polluting. People come out dressed in their, in their formal clothing to go here and here, there, wherever, just spend our money. We were putting our money back into us. So now you hear about that. Now they say buy black, buy black, buy black. But that's what we did. We all traded with each other. We all, so that was here. And I gotta get the date for that. I think it was said between 1950 and 1960. That's when all that happened. So we just, things you need to talk about it. People can hear it. You don't want to hear it, but it is what it is, and truth gonna come out. This is part of the platform right here, right?
Yeah. So,
okay, Josiah. We thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Josiah. This is London at MOGUL TV and crew saying thank you, Josiah. We love you all for looking. God bless you. Thank you, Josiah.
This is MOGUL, Modern Outlook going upper levels, spotlighting our community and our youth. Be on the show. Connect with us at 419-245-4979. That's 419-245-4979. Or email londondoors@gmail.com. If you'd like to get that project called Solo to help support us, all you have to do is Cash App us again at IWASH80. That's IWASH80. And when you Cash App us, also leave your email so we can send you the project. Sonny's Hamburgers, located at 20001 Schoolcraft in Detroit. Food truck now open.